By the computer. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Riley.
Hi, hello.
Another edition.
I know this is number four, I think. Number three.
Number three or four. Yeah. Season
Number three.
two. Same, but different.
Yes, you
How's
have
life
quite
going?
the oh, I was gonna say
Sorry.
you have quite the Christmas
Oh,
little
yeah.
setup behind you.
Well, that's,
What's your plan?
I worked real hard on that. No, LaDonna just loves it so much. Look at all that. Yeah, she did a great job. Place looks fantastic.
And
Yeah.
we're seeing you on the 27th or something. We're gonna do a Christmas family or 26th.
26th, we're going to come down to
That's
San
right.
Diego. We'd love to have everybody up here, but it's just so small. And then
Yeah.
now with the rain, we can't flow outside. But anyway, it'll be fun. The 26th.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm
Easy, simple Christmas gathering. Looks like maybe
Yeah.
pizza and stuff.
Pizza. We're trying to figure out, me and Megan, we're talking about a fun activity we could do, a little craft or something,
Oh,
just
okay.
to do
What's it?
something different. This year is the first year that I won't be with my family on the 25th because mom works. Shane and Megan are having their own Christmas. And so my orphan friends and me and Dave are going to go to the movies and make breakfast and stuff. So it actually sounds kind of
Oh,
fun, but it's
that's
just like
cute. Yeah.
my Christmas will just be delayed 2 days.
Oh, that's very cute. What movie?
There's not like much out right now that I really care about, but we're gonna see that Marty Supreme movie, the ping pong champion guy. Um,
I don't know
I
anything
wanted
about
to
it.
see, yeah, it's supposed to be good, I hear, but I wanted to see that Knives Out like mystery movie, but it's already out of the theaters.
Yeah. Are
So,
you guys doing
anywho,
dinner in a movie? The dinner movie
we're
theater?
doing breakfast in a movie.
But not at the theater.
No, we're gonna make breakfast at my friend who just lives down the street, Alexa's house, and then we'll go watch a movie and then we'll go see David's mom that day. But
Oh, sweet.
yeah,
Sweet.
just a different Christmas, but I'm looking forward to it, honestly. It's going to
And
be
it's going
good.
to be rainy after weeks and
Oh,
weeks of beautiful, beautiful fall weather. My God, we're so lucky out here.
I can't wait. Okay, I'm finding the podcast questions. Okay, I'm ready. Let's let these people
Okay.
in.
Today we have Riley and Julie. I mean, sorry, Reed and Julie. Let me let them
Yes.
in. There they are.
Oh my God, Reed, you look so cool. What the heck?
Cool. Thank
With your
you.
coffee,
Yeah,
podcasting.
you look like a star, dude.
Thank you. I got this nice blue bottle cup from Donovan.
Oh
I'm at
Nice.
yeah.
his
Is
I'm
it,
in, I'm in his roommate's room right now.
Here comes
you're at
Julie.
Donovan's house?
Yeah.
That's cute. What are you guys doing?
We were actually gonna go over my finances, try to make
Oh,
a
I
plan.
love that.
Oh, we'll
Didn't
chat
work
about
out.
that maybe.
Hell
Julie,
yeah.
welcome.
Julie, you look like you're in a podcasting booth.
Uh-oh, she's
Uh-oh.
frozen. You're
She's
frozen.
like,
Uh-oh, Julie, how's your bandwidth over there? How's your Wi-Fi connection?
not great.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Didn't we have the
Your
same
hair looks
problem?
really good though, Julie.
We had the same problem with one of the guests recently. It was Mason, wasn't it?
It was
It
no, it
was,
was Bridget. Bridget
oh,
was
it's
like
Bridget. That's right.
could not get her Wi-Fi figured out.
Uh, yeah, so Julie, let's see.
Julie in our text message said the waiting room should be able to communicate with each other so we can stress together.
Was it kind of stressful? I know Julie may not be able to respond, but is it stressful, Reed?
Uh, Not really. I totally forgot about it until like this morning or last night, I think, because I was with
Hence, you're at
Don.
Donovan's house.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Oh,
working on poor little Julie.
oh,
Please hold, she says.
she says, please hold. She's so patient. So
That's
polite.
nice, Reed, that you're doing your finance stuff. I feel like the new year is a good time to do that. Dave and I just sat down and looked at everything and just it's just like nice to get it all on paper and understand what the heck's coming in and out, you know?
Yes, I've done that multiple times in my life. You just track everything you
Mhm.
spend for a month and you realize, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've only done that like I think once in my life or twice in my life.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you got to
So
get
gosh.
on it,
Yeah.
brother. You got to get on it,
yeah.
Reed.
You Reed, you can use we use ChatGPT actually. We like exported our bank statements and then put it into ChatGPT and said, "Hey, show me all of my recurring charges," because your bank makes it really hard to see like what you're actually like paying on
Uh-huh.
a recurring basis. And then it just told me all of my subscriptions. And then I was like, I'm paying for this, this, and this, and I canceled everything.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
interesting.
what? Yeah, a lot of yeah, you had a lot of subscriptions that you didn't know about or you forgot
I
about.
I didn't have a ton, but I had like a couple that I absolutely don't use or need. And
Right.
it's just like, I just don't recognize that I'm, getting charged $5 a month, $10 a month. So like my Aura ring was still transacting. I don't wear it anymore, but it's like I was paying $10 a month.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you can use chat read to help you and help you like make your finance plan and stuff.
I'll have to check that out. I was talking to my
Mhm.
coworkers about like all the streaming stuff, all the different ones. It's like just for like Netflix, it's what, like $200, and like for Spotify for my music, it's like $10 a month, and then that adds up to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
$125 a month just to listen to music.
Oh yeah.
And
hmm
it's crazy.
It is.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you have to share all of your logins with your friends. Like you get 5 friends, each person pays for a streaming service,
Yeah.
and then you just share logins. And it's like
No,
a
for real.
sake. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's exciting.
Well, I hope it works out, Reed. Too bad AI can't kick you in the ass.
Yeah.
Stick a foot out of the phone and kick your ass.
No, that's honestly what I need.
All right, there she is. Hi, Julie.
Yay!
That looks better. There's movement. There's movement happening.
All right, here we go.
Hi,
Let's have some
Jules.
This,
fun.
hi, you're wearing so much Christmas stuff. It's so cute.
Okay, so you text to say, hey, it's right before Christmas. Where's something festive? You
Oh,
guys aren't even wearing anything festive.
I totally
F you
forgot. But I
I
all.
have the
just
Christmas
F you
remembered
back.
all.
that.
I have the Christmas stuff.
Hmm.
Wait, Julie, like there's
I
literally
don't forgive you.
like wrapping
Mm-mm.
paper up behind you. You're wearing a full shirt.
It's a blanket. Don't judge.
It's a
But
blanket. Oh my God.
I just have a plain white background.
Wait,
you
that
guys
is
suck.
so
Absolutely
hilarious.
suck. Wear
I
Randy,
thank
something
that
you.
was your
festive.
idea.
Be
I
festive,
I totally forgot. But I mean, it had the background.
jerk.
But yeah, thank you, Julie.
I have nothing festive, so I'm rocking Hanukkah blue. That's
Yeah,
my
I am
holiday.
so disappointed.
I can imagine. I'm
Disappointed.
so sorry because I said that and I was thinking about it. But yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At
Feel
That's
least,
bad for
but
a minute.
Julie,
hilarious.
at least you and I are ready,
Okay.
Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
You look so much like your
You even
mother
have a Christmas
when you
coffee
said
cup.
that.
I don't have a Christmas coffee cup. I have an old Starbucks reusable plastic
Oh.
cup.
Halloween vibes.
You know?
Yeah.
Hi
Oh my
guys.
gosh.
So,
Okay, we're all here. Hello. Welcome. Here we go. How are you guys feeling about being interviewed? Julie,
Oh.
I feel like you were excited when I talked to you the other day. You're vibing, you're studying.
I'm excited. I was studying.
I
Read.
feel a little weird. I've never been interviewed for a podcast before.
This could
Yeah.
change everything.
This is
It's only
going
for
out to
job interviews.
thousands. We'll keep it private. We don't, you guys can let it rip on here. It's not like it will be discoverable by your employers.
Will this be our big break? Me and Julie's
Could
big
be.
break.
You
What we've
never
Could
been
know.
be.
waiting for, man. This is it.
I know.
Finally our time.
Our dreams of
Okay,
Hollywood are coming true.
they
Amen.
are. This could really be it. Okay, this is the first question that we always start with, which is just each of you could introduce yourselves and then where you are in the family, who your parents are, who your siblings are. Seems obvious to us, but we never know who will watch this. So please orient yourselves in our family. Go for it.
Okay, I'll go first since I'm
You
first in
always.
line. Oh, yeah. So I am Julie Wood. I am second grandchild to Sarah, just behind Jamie. And my mother is Suzanne Wood, previously Whitney, and my dad is Alan Wood.
Cute little Alan Wood. And Corey is your younger sister. Okay, so you're one of three. All right,
Mhm.
Reedster, what about you?
All right, so I am Reid Resendez. My mom is Laurel Resendez, and my dad is Reid Resendez. I
You are your own father.
Idineo
Yes.
Resendez. I am, what am I, the 10th grandchild? I know I'm like the second to last or third to last.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know the actual number, but yeah, you're third youngest? Fourth youngest. I always forget if you or Shelby are older.
Shelby's older.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
by
third.
3 days. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how old are you guys now?
I am 29 years old.
Oh,
Crazy.
I
baby.
am 43 years old.
Oh,
Yay,
crazier.
yay. It's so
Crazy.
crazy because like Brandon, you like we'll get there, I'm sure. But like you had Julie just when she's a little tiny girl. I
Oh,
never got to see Julie as a little tiny girl,
it's
only in like
amazing.
home videos. But
It's
it's like now
amazing.
she's 43.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah. And what's even
Yeah.
cooler, the reason why you state your names and all that in your position. Imagine a generation or two from now, some people looking back and able to watch this. Like,
Mm,
don't you wish we had this? Like, if we could look back a couple generations and see some of our ancestors talk and
mm-hmm.
similar
Yeah.
mannerisms, etc.
It'd be
Mm-hmm.
really cool
Totally.
to see like you, Brandon, and my mom and Elisa, if like all you guys were little kids and someone sat you guys down and interviewed you. That would have been
Mm.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
know.
great.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, Brandon, I honestly didn't think of it that way, but that's why we do the
Yeah,
introductions like that. That makes so much more sense.
right. Okay, so what's a typical day for you guys? What happens in your typical life, typical daily life?
You can go ahead, Reed.
Reed, what's up with you? You got a lot of job. You got a great full-time job now.
Yeah, I got really lucky with that. Um, so I guess a typical day when I work, it would be I wake up. I was doing really good. I was going on runs, um, kind of working out, being active, but I hurt my quad and then I hurt my toe, which kind of
Damn.
sucks. So I've been out of commission for the past month. But usually I would go on a run, and then I work the PM shift. So I work 3 to 11, and I work at a psychiatric hospital right now, which it's I never thought I would do something like that, but I absolutely love it. Um, but that's about it. I'm not too busy, but like in an off day, I love um, hanging out with my brother, working out with him, or going over to his house, just hanging out, or see my friends, go out to eat, just try to do stuff, but
And you have your kitty
not.
cat at home too.
Oh yeah, my girl Phoebe,
Yeah, she's so cute.
love her.
So interesting. You work the night shift, so like you have full day until 3 o'clock until you have to work. That's like such a
Yeah,
different, yeah, that's such a different schedule.
it
That's
is.
nice that you have all that time.
I like it a lot because my old job it was, like at 9 to 4 or something.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm doing 9 to 5, but now doing this 3 to 11, which is kind of
Hmm.
funny because that's the shift my mom
Yeah,
has done my
yeah.
whole life.
Hmm.
Um, I love it. It's I like that schedule. I like that block of time I have before my day.
What time, like when you work that shift, like I feel like your sleep just gets so different. So what time are you waking up? What time are you going to bed?
So I'm bad about going to bed. I've learned like I've read about it, but like when I go home, I feel like I need to kind of grasp my day. So like I'll stay up later, like I'll go to bed at
Yeah.
2 because like I worked all day, I did this and that. I'm like, I need this time just for myself.
Yeah.
So I always try to like allot a time before I go to bed. Like some of my
Hmm.
coworkers, they go home and then go straight to bed, which I can't do that. I gotta stay up for at least a couple hours.
Unwind a
You do
little bit. Yeah.
you feel like
Yeah.
yeah, kind of wound up, like you can't just like knock out
Yeah.
immediately. Hmm.
No,
And so
yeah.
then you're waking up probably later than too, like 10,
Uh,
11.
I'll probably wake up like when I was running and active, I would wake up around like 9:30.
Mhm.
But now I've kind of been lazy, so like 10, 11.
Yeah, such an interesting shift. Like a 3 to 11, that's like a I don't know, just a different world
Yeah.
to me.
I've
I'm like
heard people
winding
say,
down at 3 at my job.
Yeah.
yeah, no, for real. I've heard people say like, "Oh, I couldn't I can never do 3 to 11 because I'm just like anticipating going to work, which
Hmm.
makes sense. But I think like I think because I love the job that I have right now, it's like
Hmm.
it doesn't really matter.
You don't mind
But
going
if it
to
was a
work.
different job, I would see like, oh yeah, I don't
That's
like
so
that.
great. Okay, wait, and last question, I'm grilling you, but just like a snippet into your job, like what your shift looks like when you get to work, or what are you doing?
So usually when I get there, there's like me and three other. My position is a mental health worker. Um, so say like there's first, second, third, fourth rounds, and then that's a 2 hour block where we're rounding the patients every 15 minutes. And then each person has responsibilities like third rounds will take vitals at the beginning of the shift. Um, and then they chart them, and then second rounds deals with things like ADLs, like charting if they took a shower and stuff. And then
Hmm.
first and fourth rounds deal with discharges, admissions.
Hmm.
But it's in a hospital. I love I love like the way the hospital works and their time schedule and all that stuff.
Love
I
it.
should have worked for a hospital a long time ago because
Hey,
my
and you
mom,
found your niche, man. That's good for you.
yeah.
Julie
Hmm.
has similar work, I think.
Hmm.
What about your
Yeah.
day? What about your day, Jules?
Well, when I was researching the other cousins' podcasts and stuff, I was thinking, man, I don't know how I feel about having, such a boring life. It's
Oh,
so
it's
lovely. It
yeah,
is
it's a
so
great thing.
lovely.
It's a great
I
thing.
don't have, I have dogs. That's all. Pretty
Yeah.
easy. But my typical day consists of, waking up usually about 7-ish, drink about a pot of coffee and go to work. I work with children with autism. I do what Reid used to do. I'm a registered behavior technician. So I get to play with these kids with autism, and it's about the best job you could ever have. Well, I could ever
Mm.
have. For me, it's
That's
perfect.
fantastic. You love it.
I do. I was doing it in a school setting for the last few years, but the schools down here, man, they're not good. They're awful. There's no supports for the teachers. And just kind of having to observe what the teachers went through, I was like, nah, I got to get out of here. So I said I wasn't going to go back into a public school ever. So I went to another um, ABA place, which is Applied Behavioral Analysis. And it's a clinic-based setting. So the kids come to us. We have different rooms where they have different activities and they all have different, goals and things that they're working on. And yeah, I get to play with kids. It's awesome.
Oh,
That's
you're so
great.
good at that, I'm sure. That's so sweet. And do you do like a typical, is it 9 to 5 type of thing or?
Yeah, it's usually 9 to 5.
Mm. And
It
then
varies a little bit.
what about after work? What's your like wind down routine? Like what do you do when you come home?
Man, it is hectic, let me tell you. I get home, I take the dogs for a walk. Um, I usually make some dinner, just chill out, play a little Monopoly Go on my phone, um, you know, and engage in a little bit of vice activities.
Hmm.
Um,
Love that. And your lazy boy recliner.
well, no, I don't do it inside. I do that outside.
Okay.
And then
Respect.
and then go to my lazy boy recliner. I can't put my feet up because Tango, my puppy, is a hot mess and he will go underneath of my recliner and chew on the metal.
Ooh.
So I can't put my feet up anymore, which is quite a bummer.
Dang.
But I know, but I just chill out. Sometimes I watch TV, sometimes I don't, you know.
And we know you're
Hmm.
not doing this alone because you're recently married.
I did. I'm recently married.
Congratulations.
So depending on if she works or not, she works 7 to 7 at the hospital. So it just depends on if she's working, whether I'm coming home to her or she's coming home to me. It's just a nice little pattern.
It's so
Nice life.
nice.
Keep
I
it
I love
know.
simple,
that.
Julie. Keep it simple. I like a
Hmm.
simple, easy life. I don't like a lot of busyness, man. I don't
Hmm.
like
No,
obligations. I'm with you.
no, I'm not
How
good with
long
Wait,
have
stress
y'all been
management.
married, Julie?
Since July 19th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Julie, wait. I what dogs do you have right now? You have a new puppy?
Well, he's a year and a couple months old.
Okay.
That's Tango. We rescued him last year from a rescue place. No idea what he is or what's in him. He's a pretty big guy. He's pretty
Hmm.
tall. He's very, very energetic, very hyper. And then I have sweet little Pickles still.
Pickles, that's the one that's the
Mhm.
corgi or
Yeah, she's a corgi
okay.
mix.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, you guys like so I think you both know this, but when we were going to do this next season, we were trying to pair the cousins systematically, philosophically, and you two, at least in my eyes, made a lot of sense just because of like your line of work. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe personality wise too. So I'm curious, like, as we ask all these questions, if you guys think that the two of you are similar, if you kind of relate on anything. Obviously the job, but anything else coming up. So, but yeah, you guys were a very
And the
obvious match in
vices,
my
and
mind.
and the
And
vices.
the vices.
They both smile. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
There
We don't
might be
have
one or two
vices.
other things.
Yes, and we can go wherever you guys want to go. But okay, let's see. So typical day. What about like so we've been asking all the cousins about your childhood and how you were parented. You guys don't have kids, so we won't go into the like, oh, and how does this affect how you're going to parent or how you parent currently? But do you guys just want to talk briefly about like how you guys were raised with your parents, like what the vibe was, how you were parented, how you think it affected you? Like you can just riff on your childhood and your upbringing.
Yeah. You want to go first, Julie, or should I?
Go ahead. You seem ready.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a that's a loaded
It's
question.
a loaded
It
question.
is,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course, but like growing up, how did that just kind of feed you into the world you live into now, sort of?
Uh, well, growing up, I was horribly, horribly shy.
Yeah, I remember.
Um, like honestly, up until probably I graduated high school. Um, so I kind of feel like I missed out on a lot of stuff, family wise, friend wise, school wise. Um, so I kind of like these past maybe 10, 11 years, I feel like I've kind of been playing catch up in some ways because I missed out a lot of experiences as a teen. But yeah, it's a
That's
lot.
that's good
It's
though. That's good though. You're opening up and you're anti-shy now. You're trying to get
Yeah.
out there and
Oh
reverse that.
yeah.
Reverse that. That's good. We all do that
do
to
you
some
do
degree.
you feel less shy now today? Like obviously not as shy when you were little, but would you
Oh,
say that you're still shy?
like I like look at myself and compare myself like to when I was like really awkward and shy. And I
Hmm.
feel like it's like I'm a different person. It's really weird because I
Hmm.
remember I think it was after COVID or something. I met up with a friend that um I hadn't talked to in a while, and then we were just talking about like being introverted and extroverted. And then she told me that I was an extrovert. And then that was the first time anyone ever, I was like, what the? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, like the way you talk to people, the way you like hold yourself, like you're so extroverted. And then that's when I kind of realized, like, oh, yeah, I'm not this kind of like shy person anymore. But
Awesome.
there
Hmm.
is, some situations where I am uncomfortable, but definitely
Same,
not like
same.
before.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, you were such a cute little boy though.
So
So
cute. Oh
like,
my God.
but shy wouldn't be the first word that I would use to describe you as a little boy. Like I would say more like silly and funny. Like I feel like you were just always giggling, always like in it for the
Yeah.
joke, going around the house, just making people laugh. Like you were shy, but I wouldn't have said that was the first word to describe you. But
Yeah.
obviously, yeah,
I think I
different if
was I
you're
was
lived.
I was a lot more comfortable with family, I would
Hmm.
say, because
Yeah.
I people kind of knew like who I was already. But I
Hmm.
remember like when Courtney and all them would come, me and Donovan would be shy
Yeah.
around them, and then like we finally open up like the last couple days,
Yeah.
and then they'd leave. but it
Totally.
was
But
it's
they're
so
big personalities, and like when you're the younger,
Yeah.
cousin in the
yeah.
family, it's hard to get in and feel like you're on the in. So I even felt that way, so I totally get that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they're about to fly out and you're like, "Oh, I'm finally
Yeah.
comfortable."
Yeah. No, that was every single time. It's so funny.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you? What about
Okay.
you, Jules?
My childhood was great. I remember very, very vividly our trips to San Diego when we lived in California still. Driving down, I want to say it was a 5 hour drive.
Yeah.
Um, my parents would give us good and plenties and told us they were called no more thirsties. So, we didn't have to stop on the trip. So, um,
Wait, where were you driving from? Where was 5 hours away?
Lompoc?
Lompoc.
Okay, Lompoc.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So, we would drive down, and I remember going to grandma's apartment, and I remember going to when Elisa and Brandon lived together. I mean, just all the great times. And then Courtney had his place with Barbara. Um, I got to watch all the other cousins kind of be born and, start to come up. And unfortunately, not the younger four, because we moved. But my childhood was great. And then when we moved to Virginia, I think we kind of lost that family dynamic because we had that
Hmm.
so close so long.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe not family dynamic, but we lost that we had a disconnect a little bit.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and I think that's probably where I got my, coming and staying in my shell. I just kind of stay to myself. I'm a big personality and super outgoing when I need to be, and I can be myself when I'm not. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of like my mom with that. I think when we moved to Virginia, she kind of pulled into her shell a little bit more. And then, it was expensive to fly back and forth, and it was,
Yeah.
hard to have that contact. But the family piece, it's always like, I'm the most removed, I think, from the family. I'm not on the family text and, all the things. But when we get together, it's still like no time has passed,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
the
Right.
love doesn't change.
Yeah.
The just pure, I mean, it's just pure,
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
every time. But
Mm-hmm.
other what besides family stuff, I grew up playing basketball. It was it was fun. It occupied my time. Looking back on my childhood, I realized I was struggling with anxiety so bad,
Mhm.
that really, really held me back. And then I let other people kind of determine my future, my choices. So, um, there's a lot of growth that you have in your 30s and 40s when you really recognize, kind of who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, and how you're supposed to be doing that, and what kind of path you want to follow. When you're young, you
Mm-hmm.
don't really think as much about that. You're more in the
Mhm.
moment.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But as you get a little bit older, you realize, okay, well, for me to get here, I need to go here. For
Mm-hmm.
me to feel this way, this is, how I need to live my life. So
Mm-hmm.
this kind of is what it is.
So you're
And
saying there's hope for Reed and Shelby, for example, who are struggling, trying to get their find their groove. It's coming.
Oh
It'll
my
come.
God,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I think we all have said it on all of the podcasts that I was researching. That we all struggle with this anxiety thing. I mean, it's a big deal. It all might present differently with everybody,
Hmm.
but I mean, it's a problem. It's a real thing, and
Hmm.
it's hard to overcome that.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I think once you can have that under control and you can have like kind of a more open mindset and see things a little bit differently. For me also, I've found a lot of goodness and positivity and faith. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, that's really important. Faith gives you hope. It gives you something to look forward to. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much ugly in the world. It's so ugly, but you know,
What does
something to
faith
look
mean?
forward
What
to.
is what does faith mean to you, Julie? Like when
One
you
one word
describe
is
that?
hope. It's just hope.
It's
It's just
hope.
hope
Mm-hmm.
So meaning it's going to be okay kind of thing? Or you
yeah,
know it? Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's always going to be okay. It's always
Mm-hmm.
going to work itself out. Like
Hmm.
these huge problems in the moment, if you're able to step back and kind of process this huge problem, you can break it up into the small problems and get past it. It's
Hmm.
just, I don't think that anything really needs to be that big of a deal. Nothing, the choices that we make are our choices.
Hmm.
And we have to live with the outcomes and we have to live with the consequences. But we also can make such a positive impact every single day,
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah,
you know,
I love
with a
that.
with a simple hello, a simple holding the door for somebody, just,
Very nice. Love it.
basic common courtesy, just
Hmm.
and seeing the positive, not just the negative. You know,
Hmm.
Man, I had a really hard day at work today, but that kid said 3 words and he's never spoke 3 words straight.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
just trying to see like the good in the bad.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah,
Hmm.
Very nice.
totally. I love that. Reed, I know I'm going off script, Brandon, sorry.
God.
But just riffing on the faith piece, because I feel like our family, there's only a handful of us that I would say are religious, quote unquote, or like believe in something very clear. I think all of us are spiritual and, have a lot of like the morals and the ethics of religion, but not necessarily that specific belief. Reed, do you have any like specific beliefs or faith or anything like that, or is that not really a part
I
of your day
mean,
to day?
I kind of go back and forth. I think this year especially, I've kind of tried to connect with like my spiritual side.
Hmm.
Um, I would. My dad. He was raised Catholic, but he didn't push anything on us. But sometimes I do kind of wish they did kind of push it on us,
Hmm.
because it's you can feel one way about religion, but I think it's really good to kind of have something to fall back on and have like faith in, because like if everything else sucks, like at least I can believe that this higher power will have everything right for me in the end. And it is true, Julie. Like I tell my patients this, like everything, no matter how hard it is, it's gonna work out in the end.
Mhm.
Like it's good. Nothing's permanent. Everything's gonna end. It's gonna work out in the end. Um, and I think you can't really think that way unless you have a background or something to kind of fall back on faith wise.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If I
Hmm.
can interject on that too, just because I understand, I'm not by any means, I would never push anything on anybody. But in my 20s and even in my early 30s, I remember um, almost mocking the idea of God, in ways, and just like, how could God give a child cancer? How could, if there's this great and wonderful, mighty thing, why is it so bad?
Hmm.
I remember really, really struggling with it. And for the most part, for the biggest part, I struggled with it because I was always told that I'm going to hell because of who I love.
Mhm.
So finding the balance between my life and my lifestyle and who I love and all the things that come with that, and still, having the background noise of homosexuality as a sin. But I've also done a lot of research and a lot of stuff. And, the word homosexual was never in the Bible until 1939.
Mhm.
That revised version is when it came out. Um, and the way I look at it is the Old Testament, I've read much of the Bible. The Old Testament talks about, God was kind of angry, he did a lot of, it was very violent. It was very like follow me or else type, I'm going to take over your city. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But when Jesus came, that's when it just, all that matters is love. If
Hmm.
people just loved each other and if people
Hmm.
just were kind to each other, that would be so, it would be such a different place.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And, it's not for anybody else to judge. Um, but Reed, I do remember in my 20s and 30s, I really, really, really struggled with the idea of it. Now in my 40s, now that I feel like I finally have built a relationship and I really follow a very pretty structured day. You know, I read the Bible before I go to sleep. I pray constantly. It just gives me hope. It just gives me, it turns off the negative. It just turns off the bad, you know?
Hmm.
Um, so if you find your way to that type of living, it might give you a little bit of peace. And again, I'm not pushing, I'm just saying, in those tough times, it really does give you some solace and, you know, peace and hope.
Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
okay, we can get
Nice,
back to the
Yeah.
nice.
question.
No, I love that, Julie. I
I,
imagine
I
Sabrina
love
was
that.
part of that. Was Sabrina part of that transition, you think?
So it's very interesting that you say that because when Sabrina and I first started talking, it was because I worked with her and I knew how religious she was. She was, you know, raised very religious, very strict. And when Grandma had her heart attack here in Florida, I was on the way to the hospital and I called Sabrina, and I didn't know her really from anybody else at work. Um, and I said, "You have the best relationship with God that I know. Could you please pray for my grandmother?"
Mhm.
Oh.
So that's when we kind of started talking, and that's really kind of when I started building my relationship instead of
Interesting.
this like hot and cold, like I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, not gonna do it. I'm not real
Hmm.
good with follow through. I do things for about 3 months and then I'm over it. So,
Interesting.
you know, just maintaining like a commitment, I guess, is the best word I can
Hmm.
use.
Hmm.
For longer than
Hmm.
3 months is pretty good for me.
That's great. There's some irony in that story because the next question is
Hmm.
about grandma. And then grandma's going to find out that Sabrina's prayer kept her alive. And
Well,
she's gonna be pissed at Sabrina. So,
well, then, but I will interject one more time, sorry. But Grandma was the first person that Sabrina met when we started dating. So that was the first family member.
Oh,
We went out to dinner, the three of us.
oh,
So,
cool.
that is cute. Oh, I love that.
yeah.
So so about grandma. So how is what's her impact on your life, your lives? Obviously, fairly significant, both of you. Anything you want to add to that?
Mm,
Reid, you
I
lived with her. You lived with her for a while, right?
yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Like I think when I was real young, she lived with us, and then in high school, and then now as in earlier this year, I lived with her. So it's kind of cool. She was with me different stages of my life. Um, but yeah, she's had a tremendous impact on my life. I always tell people that I have the coolest grandma, and that I want all my friends to meet her. And um yeah, just so many good memories of growing up with her. Like I could have a whole podcast like 3 hours long of just telling funny stories.
Oh, that's
I
um
good.
I remember when she lived in downtown La Mesa. No one else seems to remember this but me, but you were over at grandma's all the time spending the night. Like you do little
yeah.
getaways from your family and you go live with grandma for a night or two and
Yeah, I
you guys had
remember.
your little movies and dinner dates. Like it was really cute.
Yeah, we would have like I think the white cheddar popcorn from Sprouts, and like a diet Dr. Pepper, and then we would watch. She showed me, I think, like American History X, the Virgin Suicides,
Sounds about right.
and like a bunch of. But it was,
But like some good movies when you were young, like
yeah, but
impactful movies.
it was cool. I remember that time. It was, I think, like the year before my parents separated, or maybe like a couple years before. But yeah, I would go there like every other weekend or something. It was
You
fun.
guys had a tight little thing, you and grandma specifically.
Yeah.
It's so cute. And I feel she also, I mean, in a lot of us, like just the kindness and like the thinking outside the box and the asking and the curiosity and the spirituality and everything. I'm sure that had an effect on you as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't get this story out of my mind because I when I said funny stories, it popped up and I just have to say it. But
Yeah.
my favorite story is she would when we lived in Temecula, she would walk me and Donovan to school because we lived down the street. I remember we were crossing the street and it started flashing, and then she was like, "Come on, boys, let's run!" And she started running, and her magnetic clip-on glasses fell off, and she had to stop in the middle of the street and scoop them up. And I remember me and Donovan just stopped and were like dying laughing, like crying laughing, and we couldn't stop giggling all the way up until we got to school. But I just remember that pops in my head, and just the picture, I just picture like grandma, come on, boys, and her glasses. But
And I
yeah,
can picture you and Donovan laughing. You're giggling together is it still happens today. I love it.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Wow.
there's literally like hundreds of other stories like that.
That's
Hmm.
awesome. Julie, what about her impact on you?
Uh, huge, huge. I always, to this day, whenever I talk about my grandma, it's always, my favorite person in the whole world. Um, she just has always just been my favorite person. Everything, conversation is so easy with her. She's one of those people that you could just tell the worst things about yourself to. And she's like, nah, that's okay. Let's have a glass of wine, you know?
Hmm.
Um, she's just always been my person.
Hmm.
Um, we've always had a lot of in-depth, really deep conversations. Um, and no topic is
No.
untouchable. Yeah, yeah.
No.
There's nothing you could say to grandma that would surprise her.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And that's so nice. Like, I think growing up as a kid to like have someone like that where you just non-judgmental and you can really bring up anything and it's like that safe place. And then she'll bring you even further in a conversation. She'll rock your
Oh yeah.
world. You
Oh
think
yeah.
you're going to bring up something crazy, she'll bring up something even crazier. Yeah. It's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
nice growing up. Hmm.
And I feel like she's been the one main constant in all of our lives because she's been the same person for as long as I can remember. Like, um, everyone goes through their phases, different phases of life, but like she's just been the same old grandma my whole life, which
Hmm.
it's cool to have that constant to fall back on.
Hmm. Totally. Agreed. Um, okay, what about this one? So, 3 words to describe yourself.
Hmm.
Whenever you get one, you don't have to have all 3 at once. You can just popcorn with each other when you have a word. You guys are looking like deep into the abyss.
My first one probably be kind,
Mm.
I think.
That'll be
Kind.
grandma approved. Grandma will be happy with that one.
Yeah.
I would say kind and empathetic. Um,
I
I don't
would go
know.
with caring,
Yeah.
um, gentle.
Mm.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't so soft, but I am. Um, I can't think of a third one. I mean, there's so many. There
Yeah.
really are like
Yeah.
so many words that would describe either of us.
Yeah.
I think we could all spout out a bunch of them about each other, but
I think you're
this is
both
pretty
funny.
specific.
You're both
That's
funny,
what I was gonna say. I feel like you
sense
guys
of
are
humor,
missing like a humor one.
Yeah, we're okay
like to laugh, like to laugh.
Mhm.
for sure.
Well, actually, maybe that's a good segue. I'm curious with you guys, like, because I think everyone thinks you both are really funny in your own ways. You guys have different brands of humor, but like in your life, how has humor kind of helped you, hindered you, just held you through? Like, what's your experience with being funny? Do you guys think yourselves are funny, or do you think just other people think you're funny? Like, you have fun with yourselves? Like, what's your relationship?
I honestly think I'm hilarious. I do things and I'll laugh about it later and be like, oh my God, I'm so funny. Um, but at the same time, I've tried to be like I've always looked at things like, some moments you can either laugh or cry. Um,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
you embarrass the hell out of yourself by falling, and everybody in Spring Hill, Florida see you because you're, right there. But yeah, no, you can either laugh at yourself or you can cry about it. Like, I'd rather laugh.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
sometimes I'm just really sarcastic and I might be a little bit of an asshole, but it comes out funny, so I win.
I win.
I think I think I call myself funny. I don't like calling myself funny. I think some of my friends would say maybe come off annoying sometimes, but I don't like Julie says, I think I'm funny. Everything I say is I I can't really take a lot of things seriously. I always have to like joke about it even if it is really serious. Um
Easier.
yeah,
Just
like
like a defense mechanism almost, right? Like
For
to,
yeah,
sure. Uh-huh.
yeah,
like
yeah.
my friend I've been telling this story to everyone because it was kind of like a oh shit moment, but my friend, we were just eating dinner at a pizza place and a song came on, and then I said, oh, I love playing this song on my guitar. And then she's like, oh, you play guitar? And then I was like, no. And then she said, like, why do you do that all the time? Like, what do you is that a joke? Is that how you joke? Is that funny? And then it was kind of like a existential crisis. I was like, wait, why did I say that? Like, I don't play guitar. I didn't laugh when I said it. I wasn't trying to be like, or maybe I was trying to be funny, but I realized I do that in every situation. I use comedy.
Interesting. Huh.
And then now like I'll catch myself and it's like, wait, like why did I say that? And then
Well, it's funny. I mean, I can totally see you laughing about it, cracking up. I bet your friends think you're funny, except for the ones that don't know you, maybe, right?
yeah, I'm
No,
probably like, what the hell?
that's
But
funny.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember growing up, like it was like we were always laughing together. Like I remember being at Shane's old room with the green carpet and we'd watch like best of Will Ferrell, SNL, or
Hmm.
like just whatever, like the real base or not the real basement, the what
Real
was that?
world?
No, the what was that game show we did in Shane's old room?
The dating
Oh, the
Oh,
dating
the
show?
dating game.
Dating game.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like it was, we were always just doing like funny
Hmm.
stuff. And I just grew up around that, just
Yeah.
laughing all the time.
Yeah. Laughing is the best.
Do you
I
guys have a
love that.
memory together, Julie and Reed? You have funny memories together or fun memories?
Oh, I have one. So again, I didn't get to grow up or watch Reed grow up much, but the time I spent in San Diego in the early 2000s, I would go to Laurel's house and they would put on Who Let the Dogs Out. And Reed was the cutest little 3-year-old in his
Hmm.
underwear dancing to Who Let the Dogs Out. It was, oh my God, if I could have that memory recorded in my head and keep it forever, I'll be really happy.
He
You were
still does that. He
so
can video
cute.
it for you. He can
You were, well, you were so tiny though. I love
And
you, but I don't really
remember,
want to see in your
remember
underwear
he,
now.
that's fair. Remember he would get up on the coffee table as the stage and you'd just be sitting on the couch and it's like the best performance you've ever been to. And you were just on the coffee table dancing.
His hips, he would just swing his little hips. It was so cute. Oh my God, so cute.
I think I've
That's
blocked that out of my memory. I don't remember doing
No,
that.
just the cute.
I do remember one time it was, I think when we lived off La Paz Road or something. I remember I was gonna dance and then I was like, oh, maybe I should grab my mom's, like I was looking up for my through my mom's shoes. I think with you or like Shelby. And then I was like, I need to put on high heels for this this dance show.
I feel like I remember that. Yeah, I think so.
Oh my
It was
Yeah,
gosh,
so
really,
cute. You
really
love
going
to
all
dance.
out.
it's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah,
so
that's why I
cute.
work 3 to 11 so I can actually dance before work.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
there
thinking you
you
go
go.
straight to the club to dance afterwards.
I have a memory, Julie, when we went to Palm Springs. I think it was
Oh,
2007. I think when we all went for the first time, and then you got me and Donovan those ripstick
Yeah.
skateboards,
oh yeah.
and we barely knew how to ride them, but
But we're like, here you go, kids.
we
Here's
tried
two
so
wheels and
hard.
a board.
Yeah.
I remember that too. I remember you in like the back parking lot doing ripsticks.
Yeah, you had to
Mhm.
like shimmy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like the yeah, totally. We kind of touched on this one earlier a little bit, but kind of like it's kind of a loaded question also, but how you both experience the world today and everything that's going on, the heaviness potentially. Um, how do you guys kind of deal with that or experience that and how do you balance your own lives as like a reaction to everything going on? Or maybe a, a little star next to that is like, what do you guys do to balance yourselves? I'm interested in that.
You can go first if Reed's not ready. Mine's easy because I just don't listen to it. I don't pay attention
Mhm.
to it. Um, I mean, you might think that I'm stupid or uninformed or whatever. I just I don't want to see it. Of course, I'm aware of like the major events and things like that, but I try not to give it too much attention or too much time in my life. Um,
Mhm.
I don't want to have to stress out. I don't want to have to worry about my nieces and nephews going to school. I don't want to have to worry about all those things. So if I want to know what's going on, I will turn on the news or something and I'll be like, oh my God, okay, this is enough. And then I'll change it to, my lottery dream house or whatever, just because I just I don't want to know. And
Mhm.
I'd rather just kind of hope that I'm, low enough that whatever trickles down isn't going to really hit me.
And you mentioned obviously faith earlier, but like what are the things
Huge.
that balance you or the activities you do or the things you seek out to kind of just balance your anxiety, your life, everything, your worries?
I don't have a lot of activity. I do like to, I have one specific park that I do like to go out and sit by the water and read or something like that. Just kind of decompress. I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, when things get hard, I just like to go out and somewhere in nature and just be outside.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not an exerciser. I have no motivation to do it. I know I need
Hmm.
to. I know I really need to, but I just don't care. And I just don't want to. I really don't want to
You
run.
sound like
Even
you sound like grandma.
even if you're chasing me, I'd rather just be like, you win. You know, do what you will. It's okay. I'm done. I'm not running from you. I don't want to run.
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong with people who run for fun.
Read that. Let's bring it over to
Hey,
you. What's your
runner's high is
experience
a
with the
real
world?
thing.
Yeah. What
No,
about you,
it
Reed?
hurts.
What's your experience with everything and like what do you do to balance?
I think I'm in the same boat as you, Julie. It's a lot easier just to, well, I wouldn't say ignore, because some people will get mad if you say, "How can you ignore all this stuff going on?" But I mean, you do kind of have to just push it aside, because I acknowledge that a lot of stuff is going on, but it's it's just like it's out of my hands. I've heard this saying. I think I've told this to you before, Brandon. Like, you only have to tend to your garden. Like, don't look at your next door neighbor's garden and realize how much better it is or how much worse it is. You don't, like, it's not your garden. You can only tend to your garden. um and that's like with everything going on in this world. Like, yeah, like a lot of stuff does suck, but um it takes a lot of energy to just be enveloped in all this stuff. And like during COVID and like even last year, I would be online and just see all this stuff, and I would just sit there and I'd be angry. And it would be like, I'm actively choosing to be angry right now when I can just move away from the screen and just not read it. And I think this year, like I stopped going on Reddit. I stopped, looking at, all these posts, and it's just a lot more easier just to kind of like just focus on myself and not have to worry about it. Which some people may say like you should focus on stuff going on in the world. It's important, but it's it's not my priority, I would say.
Hmm.
And you know what?
And
I will say, because you said both times, some people might think, who cares?
Yeah.
People can think whatever they want. I am choosing to be ignorant, and that is my choice. It has nothing to do with anybody else. So people could say that I'm cold. They can say that I'm whatever they want. That doesn't change my life. That doesn't impact me. So
hmm.
people may say, people may. It's, I love you enough to say, like, don't think like that
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
because
actually,
That's
I'm
so
glad
true.
you,
we are
I'm
so
glad you
much
called that
more.
out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don't let other people ruin your life.
I was gonna say I'm glad that you called that out, Julie, because I heard you say that too. And it's like I think that's ingrained in our family. And I
I
think
think so too.
a lot of people,
Yes.
but I think in our family it's like there's people pleasing tendencies, but there's also like it's almost like you're experiencing your own life through other people's lens of like what will other people think of this thing that I'm doing, and it's like whoa whoa whoa. It takes I mean I feel like I'm unraveling this even today of just peeling back like you can't give a flying f what other people think about you because it's
Hmm.
exhausting
It
and you'll
is.
never please everyone. And I don't know, it's a very simple sounding thing, but it's really been like this epiphany for me lately of like degaffing. That's like the word in my head, degaff. Respectfully, degaff, you know? So
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, that could be something for you to think of, Reed, is like just noticing when you are filtering your own opinions or your own thoughts or actions through other people, because it's something that our family does a lot, I think.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
I'm a huge people pleaser. That's one
Hmm.
of like the
To the
things I've
point of the
noticed about
detriment of yourself.
yeah. And
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
I was
didn't
the
even
same way.
catch myself doing that. That was like
Hmm.
unconscious, like, oh, but yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't want to do this, but they want me to.
yeah.
I've
Hmm.
been there. I've been there. We're all so similar.
Mm.
Totally. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, okay, Brandon, I know you have work. Are we okay on time for last question?
Yeah, last question, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. This kind of actually is a perfect segue. My God, we're so good at this. Challenges that you want to overcome. So, certain things that you're working on yourself, things you want to get better at. Like, I don't know if you do New Year's resolutions, but we're at that time of the year,
Or that you have overcome, because I know
or
that,
that you have
yeah,
overcome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
You can go first, Reed, if you like.
Okay. I think something that my next step in life that I need to overcome is, becoming truly independent. Um, because my whole life, man, I've had just safety net after safety net after safety net. And I want to put myself in a situation where I can't, or I don't have stuff to fall back on. Because if I've been too comfortable in life, and I've had hard phases in life, stuff I've had to overcome, but it's just been filled with too much comfort. And I think, next year I turn 30. I'm gonna be leaving my 20s. I think, it's about time I just, became serious about life. Just kind of put the old me behind and kind of bring in this new Reid, this new era of just becoming like financially and financially independent. Honestly,
Hmm.
that's what I need. That's my next step, I think.
And you're at your brother's today doing your financial planning. That's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
very
We
true.
And
will.
what about one that you've overcome?
Mm, I think I think a major one I've overcome is coming out of the shell that I kind of put myself in growing up. Um, I touched on it earlier, just being so shy and never really doing stuff. that I knew I could do, like, or really using my full potential. Because this job alone that I've been working in, it's put me in situations that I've had to, like, be be the person in charge, like, like taking down people or talking down people from assaulting people. I think that alone has given me that oomph to kind of like become this person who I am today. And it's just kind of
Hmm.
happened in this like past year or something. Because I last year was was a real hard year for sure. Went through a
Mm.
lot, but yeah,
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I think sometimes getting into a job that you really feel proud of and you feel like you are valued and you are making a difference, and like we all work a million jobs, but when you find that one where you're like, it gives you that confidence, it just trickles into everything else in your life. So it kind of sounds like that's what you're experiencing right now. Of like you kind of found your niche in your job and
yeah,
that's rippling out. And I love that. That's
yeah.
major.
It
That will
was
have years and years of impact.
Yeah, hopefully it was like that. It was like that last kind of puzzle piece
Hmm.
kind of fit in. Because I always told myself, like, when people would ask me like what I want to do with career wise, I never knew what I not like it would just be a blank picture that would pop in my mind. But I kind of always had that feeling like I wanted to help people. And
Hmm.
this is a real cool position where I can actually like help people and that need help.
Hmm. Yeah. And I feel like I'm so excited for you to take those steps to have independence, because I think as soon as you are, yeah, you're out on your own again and you just have your privacy and like your life and that will just change everything, like
Yeah.
you're going to feel so good when you've got your job and you've got like you had that before, but when you go back to that life of having your independence, you're just going to do so amazing. I think you'll feel
Yeah.
so good.
And confidence, Reed, you have when you
Mhm.
Mhm.
garner confidence, you're good. You're good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Love that. What about you, Jules?
Um, what I've overcome is probably I spent most of my 20s and probably early to mid 30s pretty angry, really quite angry at the world. I think it was kind of the way my anxiety came out. So maybe what I've overcome is, the significant struggles with anxiety, not
Mm.
overcome at all, but, you know, mostly I can function normally. But I spent a lot of time angry and I took a lot of it out on the wrong people.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, that would be something that I've overcome. Um,
Mhm.
I try not to let that anger, come up. Um, I think that we all get our anxiety very honestly. It's definitely genetic. And I've always thought, people have anxiety many different ways, but I think ours is mine is kind of more of the explosive anger because that feels more comfortable for me. Um,
Mhm.
so taking a step back and not letting that control my life. What I would like to overcome, I really probably should get active. I have health issues and I'm like 40 now, 43.
Oh,
So
Julie.
I
Mhm.
probably should get my body moving in one way or
Do
another.
you
Mhm.
want to live a
Not
long
running.
life? Do you want to live a long time?
Uh, I want to live until I can't do for myself.
What
Mhm.
did,
Um, I'm
yeah.
not real keen on the idea of somebody bathing me or cleaning me or, not being able to do for myself. I'm not
Mhm.
Yeah.
keen on that idea, but I also know that, well, I feel that we all have our date. So, I mean,
Mhm.
I think it's kind of predetermined. So when it's time to go home, I'll go home. But I do want to live as long as I can because this is a
Yeah.
pretty
Mhm.
cool, it's a fun
That's good.
experience now.
Then
Mhm.
exercise is key because when you're in your 60s,
I know it hurts.
you realize when shit starts falling apart, I gotta move this body or I'm gonna lose it. So keep that in
Well,
mind
and
because
you don't recover nearly as easy. Things hurt that ne have never hurt before. It's just, you're
and
right.
walking,
I do,
walking is plenty, right?
right.
Yeah.
Can I actually say,
I feel like I play with
Grandma,
kids. That should be plenty of exercise.
Reed, when we cleaned your room last year, whenever that was, me and my mom came over and we
Oh yeah.
feng shuied your room, I left with grandma's ankle weights from like the 80s, like her Reebok ankle weights that
I
you
remember
had.
that.
And Julie, I walk with those things all the time. That is such a good workout in itself. Just walk your dogs with ankle weights on. I'm not joking. And you will
Okay.
feel, yes, it'll just take your walk to the next
I
level. And if
wonder
you're
if I
already
still have
walking,
some.
do it. Yeah. Or and even on your wrist and you're holding your dogs, like honestly,
Or
that
tie
can be
a
a
couple of
Okay.
thing.
milk jugs to your belt buckles and keep
I'm
going.
all about work smarter, not harder. So
Yeah.
any tips anyone in the family has, please leave it in the comments or text me or whatever. How can I work out without working out?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Maybe that's your first
like and
step.
subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Julie, I'll
Oh, well,
fly
this
out to you. We can go on a run.
Nope. I love you. There's a really nice park across the street from my apartment, and it has a beautiful trail that goes all the way down to Tampa. Run your little heart out.
How about a brisk walk?
Mm, only if Tango's pulling me.
yeah, there you go. Well, I was so glad to talk to you guys. This was so
Yeah, this is
fun
great.
to get together. Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
did great.
That was fun. It went by so
Thanks.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Have a
I
great
know.
Christmas. Have a great Christmas. Love all of you.
You guys
Yeah,
too.
love you guys.
I
Love
love
you
you guys.
guys.
And
Okay.
we'll post this within 24 hours, hopefully. Maybe tonight.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay, I'm
Awesome.
excited.
It's fun. It's fun to watch yourself back, honestly. It's really interesting.
Don't know
Reed's
about
like,
that one.
"Ah."
Maybe not.
I'll
Maybe
ask
in a
my
couple of
mom how it
years.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe in a couple of years, rewatch and see how far you've
Yeah.
come. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Okay,
Love you
bye.
Okay,
guys. Bye.
bye.
Bye.